This podcast is rated R for restricted. Under 17 requires accompanying parent or adult guardian.
Mission 250.
Welcome to the Mission 250 Filmcast, where we are watching the best movies ever made according to IMDb. Our website is mission250filmcast.com, where the list is frozen. You can check out the older episodes and also what's coming up next. I am one of your hosts, Denny, and these other two people are...
I am John.
And TC.
This week, we are watching number 117, which is the when is this made? 1980.
80-something.
Martin Scorsese movie, Raging Bull. And I thought this movie was supposed to be a boxing movie. And I was very disappointed that it almost had no boxing in it whatsoever.
Marty doesn't like boxing.
And I'm joking. I thought it was great. I was expecting to be bored by a stupid boxing movie.
I see.
And that's not what it was at all.
Oh, wow.
Really?
I'm not a huge sports fan. So I was kind of like, I've never seen this movie before because I'm pretty sure it's because I don't like boxing. Like, I don't like sports. Sports movies are always kind of the same.
We've liked our share of sports movies. Come on. We liked Warrior.
Scorsese's not a big sports guy,
You and I
right?
liked Warrior.
I liked Warrior was pretty good.
No, Scorsese's not. I think he, at least I know he doesn't like boxing. He doesn't, I don't know. He's like some comment of him saying like, you call that a sport or something.
Yeah, he's a story guy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen it. This movie was freaking awesome, I thought. I was totally into it. I would equate it to something like There Will Be Blood because there's nothing else I can really think of. It's about an asshole who I don't totally understand, but I'm fascinated by for some reason. Mostly because I think that De Niro is like, I didn't know he could act like this. Whenever he's in movies, he always seems like he's Robert De Niro and he's got that cool face and he always does like kind of the same thing.
The kind of distant thing, yeah.
But this one, he's like, I didn't know he had this in him. It was like remarkable. The scene where
he used to, maybe.
He used to, yeah. And I mean, even Taxi Driver, which is like, even higher in the list than this, I don't think he did nearly as good of a job in that as he does in this. Like there were scenes where I was like,
Scorsese as well?
It was.
Okay.
But there were a couple scenes in this where I was just like, my God, this is like some of the best acting I've ever seen, I think. Like when he's punching the wall in the prison cell.
That scene was
made me very uncomfortable and sad.
Yeah, it was crazy.
He must have been prepared to really be in pain because that had to. I mean, I don't know what they used for the material.
It was
like they could have used something a little bit soft, but Jesus Christ, did it look like it hurt?
It did, and it was very hard foam. They had to take breaks between. He was in pain afterwards. But
I'm sure when I feel like when he said "ow, my hand," that was real. I think that was real.
Yeah,
it sounded real.
People really got punched in this. Joe Pesci broke a rib when Robert De Niro punched him, and they kept that shot when they're sparring in the thing. There's one shot where he goes down and goes like and goes down.
Yeah.
He just snapped rib.
That was
right
real.
there.
Ow.
A lot of people, got cuts, lots of blood on the set. They punched each other for real. The scene where it was like Pesci and De Niro in the kitchen.
Oh yeah,
real
was real.
punches, like fucking
I
crazy.
mean, some of the boxing scenes didn't seem as real as what we've seen, but
the boxing scenes were done intentionally like surrealistic. I kind of really like that because it made instead of just like watching a boxing match, which is what I don't like, which is what Rocky does and like everything else. Yeah. This is like kind of from his perspective. It warps time in different ways. It does like crazy zoom ins and makes probably like an instant that might have lasted a half a second into like a 10-second long shot, like with weird panning cameras and shit. The blood was way over the top, but I loved it just because I mean, that's kind of.
Who doesn't like blood, right?
I mean, who doesn't like blood? But also, it's
especially
probably how it feels
when
that's you,
Yeah.
Like if you get punched in the head and you get cut, if it's a little scratch, it probably feels a lot more serious.
I'm gushing here.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Shut up.
No.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, basically, this movie freaking knocked me out, you guys. It knocked me out.
It was good.
Oh,
it
knocked me out. Yeah. I could just talk about this movie by myself for a while. What did you guys think?
I loved it.
Nice.
I honestly, this is one of those movies that I assumed I saw because I've heard so much about it.
I was in the exact same boat.
You know what I mean? I was like, I'm for sure I've seen this movie. I've had to have seen this movie. And then like started into it and it was like, no, I haven't seen this movie. I really liked it. I mean, and I was telling people today, I'm like, I'm sorry. If you've got Pesci and De Niro on screen and you don't tell yourself, I'm going to make another one with these guys.
Yeah.
You might be an idiot.
Like, fair enough.
Scorsese's not that much of a genius for picking those two for more movies.
Well, that was
obvious,
Pesci's, Pesci, but I forget who has suggested Pesci, but that's his first role.
Wow.
He was in other smaller things, but he was never like they were all very, very small.
But no, he was in a
things.
very small and I forget was it De Niro himself who wanted Pesci hadn't worked for like 4 years or something. He was like running a restaurant.
Yeah,
Wow.
And he got the call.
and he planned on not being an
He got the
actor because he was
nod.
like he's too old at that point. He thought he'd never make it. So
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's unreal, really.
he's so freaking good.
He's so good. I mean, and the two of them together, man, they had some moments that were just, they were like really brothers.
Yeah,
It was believable as shit.
and sad like almost
it was
every
just,
time.
Yeah. Yeah, and you could tell, like, he felt so heartbroken sometimes when he'd look at Jake, and he just couldn't, like, nobody could talk to him when Jake would get into those moments,
Yeah.
right? Like, when those modes, it's just, he's nuts. There's nothing you can do. You can't, no logic, no sense, nothing. Even his brother. And you could see it on Pesci's face. He did a good job of kind of like letting us know, like, man, he's disappointed without saying too much.
And he almost
It was
like there's
good,
a couple times he got like really offended. Like when he asked him,
Yeah.
he's like, "Did you sleep with my wife?" He's like, "What?"
Oh, I know. And it looked real, too. Like, how can you even ask me that? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, awesome.
And how about that woman's scream, though, huh? Vicious. I suck this cock. She's just screaming and yelling. And
The first wife?
fuck you, stay out. No, that's the
No,
blonde.
that was the second wife.
Was that
also
the
She
first
was-
wife?
Yeah.
She was the yeller, but this one had like a really strange, like, she had a really sweet voice. And then she'd go, and you'd scream, and you'd be like, oh, fuck, what is that? Stop. I mean, there were just a lot of good acting in this one, I have
Yeah.
to say. I mean, I didn't really hate too many of them. And I love seeing all these people that, like, we still see now all over the place. They were like the ancillary actors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like even the dude from what's it called? Very, very sneaky, sir. He was in there. He had a couple
John
shots. He was
Turturro's
just at the
first movie.
He was just at the table.
Yeah.
Wasn't doing shit.
It's a very
Yeah,
short
I noticed
first time
him.
he
I'm
was
like,
on film.
hey, very sneaky, sir. Okay, he's sneaking up right there too. So I really like this movie, and what's funny is I fell asleep the first time I watched it, not because the movie sucked, but because I was just so fucking tired. And like I had said to my friend who was an avid listener of this, and was like, yeah, I got to start over because I fell asleep. She's like, Jesus, you falling asleep through fucking Raging Bull now? What's the matter with you? And I'm like, no. It's not because of the movie. Not this time. I swear to God. So, that was something else. But yeah, I ended up having to watch. So I saw like half it, fell asleep. Then I started from scratch again. I wasn't paying attention enough the first time. So I was glad I ended up seeing the beginning again twice
Nice.
because picked up a lot of stuff that I kind of missed before. I must have been dozing and not really watching. But yeah, I mean, hell of a movie. You can start to see Scorsese's like sort of technique. Right, like a lot of the Goodfellas tricks that he does, he did in this one too.
Totally.
Like the slow mo with the audio that stays the same speed. Or
Yeah.
like, I mean, there was just some tricks that he had that he just loves those moves.
He does.
regardless of what movie it's in. So that was kind of cool. I really did like this one.
Nice, John. What did you think?
I don't know. I feel bad.
No,
He hates it.
you hate it.
I don't necessarily hate it. I might be one possible excuse. I'm a little martied out here. Like after the Wolf of
Martied
Wall
out,
Street,
Leo'd out. What the hell's wrong with you, John?
yeah, and
tired.
Casino.
He's
Like
tired too.
it's like I'm watching Reggie Bull going, oh yeah, no, she sleeps with his brother. Oh wait, that was Casino, but it still happens.
That's right there.
Anyway, it just overlaps and all of these.
You got a
like,
bunch of
good
Italian
movies.
guys handing each other $100
Yeah.
bills and
Yeah.
bars and stuff.
That's right.
How you
Yeah,
doing?
and
How
then
you
all of
doing?
a sudden there's the voiceover. You know.
Yeah. Get the
Yeah,
papers, get the
it did.
papers.
I've seen it before, and I think I really liked it when I saw it quite some time ago. And this time, I think I could blame other context or whatever. I'm tired, whatever. I think I'm tired of seeing these really good movies about really bad people. I mean, we don't even get to understand him at all. I don't think. I just think he's just kind of a force of nature of sorts, and maybe that's the point. But there's like no understanding of where he came from or why he is the way he is, or even, and there's no change in him either. He's just, this is just him the whole way through.
Don't you think
as
that's why? I
intense
mean,
as he is.
you.
No, it's obviously maybe the point, right?
But I mean,
Yes.
also like the comparing it to There Will Be Blood sort of thing, like where you don't really know why he's a monster, but he is, and you just kind of
Right.
like
That's
all of his
fair.
decisions are kind of confusing.
Well, There Will Be Blood, you get to hear, I mean, you get to hear more. He's got backstory that you hear. You hear about his parents and the like, and you see his relationship.
You don't hear about his parents.
don't you?
No, he just talks about how he's always been a monster, and there's something in him that makes him like
animal.
competitive.
An
Sorry,
animal.
but he reflects on himself.
Right.
Let's put it that way. Then.
Yes.
I mean, he actually does sort of reflect on who he is, and he's more like educated than De Niro's character, and so you could expect that, I guess. But I just don't feel like you have any insight or understanding or change in this guy. I mean, and that's again, he's like, it's just sort of he's this monster of sorts, and I guess it could pull you in, but I don't know. For some reason, I was not in the mood to watch the awfulness of it.
Yeah.
All the jealousy and the abuse and
My favorite part of any Marty movie is the domestic violence scenes.
But I mean, it's really just an autobiography, right?
Yeah, he pulls
It's an
out that
autobiography,
domestic-
though. You can't. I mean, you got to put it in there. That's how La Motta was.
I know,
And that was
I
the
know.
whole movie, really. Like, was the jealousy and the fighting outside of the ring.
It is, but you also, again, after Wolf of Wall Street and whatever, too. This movie didn't have the comedy. Thank God.
I was laughing throughout the movie.
What?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna
Every
say.
time she got whacked, I was dying.
There were a few times where he would punch a guy 10 times in a row in the same side of the head, and the guy would still be
Oh, yeah.
standing, and I would be laughing because I'm like, no fucking way anyone's standing after that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, why make this film about this guy? It was same question of Wolf of Wall Street. Same question of Casino. Same question of,
I mean,
Goodfellas.
it's a dramatic story.
It
Yeah.
is, and it's
It's a very dramatic story.
It feels like it's like maybe things change a little bit, but he's telling, whether it's the Wolf of Wall Street or Goodfellas or Casino, he's kind of telling the same story over and over again to some
But
extent.
at least with this guy, the story was like there, and he was more well known.
I mean, the Casino story was
Street
true,
guy.
too, and so is Goodfellas, and so is Wolf
I
of
know.
Wall Street, right? They're all
Yep.
kind of based
I know.
Yeah.
on real
But
people.
they all have these similar themes, I think, and I don't. When I think about them, it's like it's not about even wanting. I mean, in these movies, there's not much of a desire or attempt, and maybe you shouldn't, of trying to understand these people, or trying to even sympathize with them, or trying to see them change in any way.
Right. Like, why are we watching these people?
Yeah, I mean,
he
you don't
changes.
see-
He changes.
He does at the end.
He gets old and fat, but I mean,
he gets remorseful, right? Because he goes and apologizes.
Yes.
He's calmed down. It doesn't seem like he was as angry. Like, people were getting on his ass and he wasn't getting out of line.
Yeah.
I guess so. It doesn't
Like when he
seem
was
as-
on stage
yeah.
there at the end and the guy
Right.
was heckling him. He didn't get all
Right.
fucking nuts.
That's
He was
true.
just like, he just turned into jokes and kept on going.
I guess that's fair. Okay, so he got
So he
old
did change a
and-
little bit. But yeah, I know
mean,
what
he
you're
he
saying.
changed a lot. He was a violent monster before, and then he got fat and old, and he was just kind of like, I'm just going to be a creep now, I
fuck
guess.
it. Yeah, just gonna be a creep.
I guess.
He did 6 months in jail, and he's like, fuck, I'm fucked.
That wasn't an interesting change.
Do they usually, when you go to prison for 6 months, do they ever put you in the hole? I feel like that's for long-term prisoners.
Well, it might be, but it might be that you put
get in
he's
trouble.
resisting,
right, but
fighting.
don't you stay in prison for longer if you do that?
So I don't know.
Nowadays, who knows about that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, nowadays they start adding shit onto your time.
Right.
Every time you go to the hole, they're like, oh, guess what? Hey, 3 more weeks, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, you thought you were getting out on Tuesday?
You shouldn't have
next
spit
month,
on the
Bob.
orderly, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, right? Just eat the ham sandwich. Don't throw it. We've been over this like 5
you get
times.
money the longer you stay here,
Yeah.
So I mean, but yeah, I appreciate the film. I'm just sort of, I don't know. It sounds weird to say I was just not in the mood for this one.
Hey, that
It's
happens, though. That happens to me
Yeah.
all the time. You guys know that.
Yeah.
It's like a movie that if I had watched in a theater and a rested day would probably be
Yeah.
good. And the way I watch it, I'm dead on my feet and pissed.
Right.
And I
Maybe-
don't
maybe
want to
like
watch it,
after Downfall too. I mean, it's like
This was an upper
I
compared
was
to
happy.
Downfall. Yeah.
I was happy to have this versus
but
Downfall. I'll
still,
tell you that.
yeah, I don't know. I was much more in the mood for a movie that sort of like had something inspirational or hopeful or
John
I
wanted
don't know.
Before Sunset again.
Yeah, I guess so.
We were outside in the sun. There were colorful
You're
clothes.
outside
Actually, there was
walking
no
around,
color, was
love
there?
in the air.
Yeah, we met on a train.
Met on a train, and we just felt good.
Anyway,
Yeah,
But,
yeah. I mean, I know what you're saying, John. I honestly, the first time I watched, I fell asleep because I was so dead and I wasn't paying attention. So it was not until the next day when I was like had a full night's sleep and rested that I was able to sit and focus. So
yeah,
this is
I
why
think
this list is kind of cool, right?
Oh,
and
yeah.
kind of shitty because like sometimes it's not about the movie; it's just about the
Yeah.
person watching it.
Well,
It can
right,
be
exactly,
up and
or
down.
even the context where you're at, But I mean, it's
Yeah.
really interesting to me that people could devote so much of their time and energy to make this movie. Like
everybody
about
on the
this
crew
guy.
would agree with you, John. People were asking throughout the making, like, why are we making this movie? Because this seems like we're just making it on this horrible person. Why would we do that?
Yeah.
And
is
these
there
like
an answer?
Scorsese's like, guys, it's drama. Just wait.
Well, the person who
I'll
was giving
edit
the anecdote was the editor, and she said, like, by the end, Scorsese doesn't write into the script the parts that make his movies. So, like, the whole arc, and he also develops the characters in the editing room. Like, he does a bunch of different takes for different scenes and things like that. And he sits in all the editing sessions with the editor. The editor that won best editing, an Oscar for this movie, said she didn't deserve it at all. It was all Marty, because she pretty much just did the editing he wanted to, happen.
Someone's performing the task.
She was like the manipulator of the tools, and he was the person telling her what to do.
The operator, if you will.
Right.
No, this one, he thought this was going to be his last film too, right?
Yeah.
Or he was like,
What?
So he was,
Wow.
He had he was in the hospital. He had a cocaine overdose in like 1978.
Hey, you know who hasn't, right? Am I right? Hey, you know?
Yeah, but he thought he was going to die, and apparently he was like raging against something internally, and he said that as soon as he woke up in the hospital, he was still alive. Like, that feeling went away. He's like, oh, guess I'll make another movie. All right.
All right. So wait, so he had the overdose after after the overdose, he made this film.
Right. But De
he
Niro was
thinking
bothering him for 6 years before this. Even before they made Taxi Driver, De Niro would like carry this book around and just try to get Scorsese to make it.
Why did De Niro want it
I
so
don't
much?
know. They never really explained it, but he loved this book, and he thought it would make an awesome movie. He liked the character, and he thought there were a few really good scenes that should be made into a film. So he pushed for it really hard.
And he wasn't wrong.
No. And he also, like, he was the only one who wanted to do the weight gain for the movie.
Dude, how impressive was the weight gain?
Insane. He's
I mean,
barely
he went
recognizable.
from being skinny to a whole different person.
Yeah.
What did he eat?
I read he did like a tour of Italy or something, didn't he? Like went over to Europe and just
Ate like
everywhere.
carbs and drank beer and carbs. And,
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
He said it was like fun for the first 3 weeks, but then the next months, like the few months after that, were just hell, because you just feel
because
sick
he's just
all the
so
time.
sick and bloated and shitty. Yeah.
God.
And when he was doing the very like peak, because there were intermittent stages of him being fat, so they would like break for a couple months, come back, get some like chubby De Niro stage films, whatever. He'd eat for a few more months, do like a nearly fat, and then like the peak fat, they planned on having him that fat for 3 weeks, but they ended up cutting it down to 10 days because everyone was so concerned for his health.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And isn't it ironic that in the film he's worried about weight, and in real life he's worried about weight?
Yeah.
Oof.
And the nose was convincing too, even though it was weird. Even though it was weird.
Really,
looking.
it looks kind of.
And when you
Play-Doh
see the
to me.
picture
I
of
don't
the
know.
other guy, it looks dead on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. I mean, I could tell it was a fake nose just because I know what De Niro looks like, but I was looking for like a flaw or like a line where I could see where it was attached, and I could.
There
never
was
see
one shot that
really?
you could see. You could see there was
yeah.
one shot where it was a close up, and it cut to him, and there was a little line on like the right side if we're looking at the screen.
They fucked it
but
up.
it was so minuscule that like I had to really like I saw it and briefly caught it in the light, and then rewound it and looked. I was like, oh yeah, I see it.
Oh, there it is.
But if I hadn't rewound it and I didn't think about it, I would have just kept on going.
Yeah,
So,
I was looking like pretty hard for some reason the entire movie, and I missed it. So
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
it was impressive though. The weight gain was so impressive. I mean, he was, and the fact that you can lose that much weight after is a hopeful thing.
It's crazy.
Well, that was like he broke ground, and then there was Vincent D'Onofrio. I was reading about this. Broke the record for weight gain for Full Metal Jacket as Private Pile. His weight gain for that broke records. And then Christian Bale has just destroyed all the records since then because the guy's a fucking maniac.
Yeah, he is.
He went from American
skinny?
Psycho to The Machinist to Batman Begins in like 3 or 2 years or something like that.
God, it's so unhealthy for the body. I mean, it's
And now
gotta
he's
be,
fat.
right?
He played like Dick Cheney last year or something.
right. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And he was skinny for the other boxing movie he was in. And he was fat for that American Hustle movie. Like, he's going to have a heart attack like any day now. He's just going to be like, oh, Christian Bale. He was our fattest and skinniest best American actor that ever lived.
No, I mean, there's some really good parts when he's fat too. It just is like he moves everything. It was so good that he was like that because he moved slower. He everything he did was just slow when he was bigger.
And it was
so
awkward
it just seemed
too.
to
Like
work.
when he was doing things when he was, I don't know if it was because he was larger, because like, I don't know. He's just a creep, but like there were a lot of scenes in this movie that wouldn't be in, like you wouldn't think they would be good for a movie, but I thought they were great. Like when they lose, this is
Oh, you 21? You want to show me?
Yeah, that's a
Fucking
weird scene. The
weirdo.
scene where he's like rubbing the
Yeah.
microphone on the girl and no one's laughing, and you're like, is this bad
this
stand up right
is
here?
trying to see what a microphone was rubbing on a pretty girl. What?
And then he keeps doing it, and then he like kisses her on the face. I'm like, I feel fucking awkward as shit right
Yeah.
now. I bet
And you
everybody
think like
in the
this
audience
is what used to go
awkward.
on,
Yeah,
right?
and people pay and dress up.
They
and just,
seem to like him. That audience seemed to like him.
Yeah, they did.
They weren't
Yeah.
they weren't that awkward. I
But
mean,
did you
when he
feel
was running
awkward
his
watching
club.
it?
Of course.
Yeah.
But the audience seemed to
seem
be
to
like
laugh a little
laughing
bit,
and clapping and
but not
like,
for the
talking
beginning
to
part.
each other.
He like
Yeah.
was screwing up in the beginning, and he like stumbled over his words. But by the end, he was like, I don't know, singing and shit. I guess doing that.
Oh yeah,
I'm singing a
the
song."
talk singing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
pretty
Ugh.
funny though.
And like the golf ball scene where they're playing mini golf and they just lose it. Why would you put
he's
that
like,
in a
the
movie?
game's over, honey.
Yeah.
The game's over.
But I liked it. I don't know why. It's just
I
weird.
don't either.
Yeah, you didn't like it. You didn't like that
John
scene?
was like, "This is
Oh,
stupid."
I just wasn't in the mood for this.
How about the intense violent action, John? How many movies
Yeah.
have this kind of intense violent action in it where people are actually getting hit and thrown off like the ring? There's a shot where like a guy gets picked up off the ground and thrown over the turnstiles or whatever
Right.
into
right.
an audience.
Yeah.
That would suck.
Yeah, it would suck.
The other one that I was
The
like,
car door in the
the
face
other one that I
also.
was thinking
Yeah.
about too is like in the only in the 30s can you jump from a second story balcony with all the parents around into a pool. Did you guys notice that?
Oh,
Where
yeah.
It like cuts the pool and these kids just jump into the pool and I'm like, all the parents are around, no one gives a shit. Like that would never fly now, right? Like it would not be a thing. You can't
No.
do that.
Because the pool
And,
worried about getting sued.
Oh yeah, there'd be all sorts of problems with that, right? And it was like I was like, no wonder why the old folk are still set in their ways. Their lives with then were just so much easier because you just didn't have any rules.
Well, except for then the one kid would slip and fall and like break his leg, and then he'd have to get his leg
that was his
amputated
own
because the
fault.
medicine
He's being
sucked.
an idiot, you know, and then they
nobody
move
talked
on.
about it.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Oh, Jimmy, he was the kid who sucked, who couldn't jump correctly, and now
Hey,
he
you
can't
know,
walk.
Darwin, right? Darwin, am I right? Go ahead.
And then your kid's like, "Mom, can I go?" And you're like, "Yeah, you go, you
Yeah,
go."
fuck it, jump. Go ahead. I don't give a shit. Yeah.
I don't like him anyway. He's the annoying man of my 10 kids.
Exactly.
That's why I have 10. So if one loses its leg, it's not that big of a burden.
We're
The other ones will
good.
take
We
care
got
of
9
it.
more
That's right.
to go, be successful.
What would you think the most awkward scene in the movie was? The date scene? That's what I put my money
Yeah,
on.
the usual. Come here, do this.
I almost fast forwarded
Yeah.
through that part because it was painful.
That was
Yeah.
rough. Like, hey, are you guys talking about when they're in like even in the
first date?
house and
Yeah.
sitting?
Well, he doesn't even
hey,
talk to
sit
her. He's just like,
closer.
hey,
You're too
get over
far
here.
away. Yeah. Hey, you should do this.
Oh, just
hey,
get on
you
my
should
lap.
do that.
Get on my lap.
That should have
Yeah,
been the
she
first
liked
red
it, though.
flag. That should have been the first red flag, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was nuts. She had her own problems. That one.
She was kind of giving him, like, she was smiling at him. She didn't look creeped out. She did go with him the entire way. But
Oh,
she
yeah, no,
was
she was
15 years old.
She,
So.
and then even when she was 20, she was, kind of doing her own thing. I mean, she's fucking 20. That's what I kept thinking to myself. Like, what did you expect? You expect to marry you expect to meet a 15-year-old as a what? He had to be in his late 20s.
Yeah, he was in his
30.
late 20s.
And like, you expect a 15-year-old to the one who barely even knows what's up and down at the moment. Is
I don't know,
gonna
though.
be
She's hanging out with,
truthful?
like, gangsters and shit.
Well, okay, the case in point.
She
I mean,
probably
I don't
knows
know.
more about, like, sex and
Yeah,
drugs
I mean, they're
than
older,
younger
I
people.
guess, at that point. Back then, a 15-year-old was, a little bit more old, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I'm only comparing it to what I know. And to what I know, 15-year-olds are basically babies. So, I mean, I don't know. That was, those were very awkward moments. I got to say, those were like, it's just abusive and controlling and all that jealousy stuff was just like, fuck, man.
Ugh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
And then all that, like, foreplay and then going to the bathroom and dumping ice water on your hard on. That's,
Oh, that was a little
that
over
was
the
weird.
top. Yeah, a little over the top.
He used to do that. He would try to punish himself to, like, raise his threshold for unpleasant things.
Yeah, it's healthy.
And he only got knocked down once his entire career. So, I mean,
You didn't knock me down.
question about that scene. So, like, it cuts from that scene to him living in Florida with, like, a pretty nice house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was the idea there that he bet that he was going to lose, but also
no, that's
didn't
the
fall
one.
down?
That's the fight that actually launched a major FBI investigation with organized crime in boxing. The Robinson
Oh, really?
fight. Yeah.
That one?
So that one, like the first one, the first flop was just a flop. But the second
Right.
one, the one where it cuts to Miami, that was the one that actually there was he had to testify in front of the grand jury.
Oh, wow. They skipped all that.
That
Yeah.
he didn't.
Then he did flop. He flopped. He fell. He did on purpose for gambling.
Really?
For gambling
reasons.
reasons.
He lost the fight, but he just let himself get the crap beat
He
out
let
of him,
himself
so he'd
get
lose on
beat, so
points.
he'd get a shitload of money. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because they.
Wow,
bet,
that would
they
have
bet
been
against-
interesting if they'd put that in there.
I mean, I picked up on that just because of, at the end, he's like, you never knocked me down. And then it hard cuts to him being like rich because he wasn't rich before.
Well, that's because that's why he was saying it. And I only know this because I had researched a little bit when I found out that it was a real boxer.
Okay.
I just had looked up the wiki and was reading through it. And that's why I think that's why they kind of put that in there. It almost as like it's like a fuck you, like I let you do this. You didn't knock me down, right? You didn't knock me down. I fucking
didn't
sat
pick
here
up on
and
that.
took it.
I thought he was. Yeah, I was a little confused, but now that makes more sense.
Yeah.
He ended up getting in quite a bit of trouble for that. So
Was that wasn't the reason he went to prison though? The reason he went to prison was
that was the bar stuff, which
Yeah.
was
Introducing minors.
So what does
to
that even
minors,
mean?
I
though?
guess.
Was he a pimp kind of?
It sounded like it. It was prostitution based. Yeah.
So he would get money from the girls afterwards, or from the guys rather.
Or from the guys. Who knows? It's a good question. I didn't do the ins and the outs.
They left all of that terribly vague.
I thought it was because he was kissing like the 18-year-old or the 17-year-old girls or however.
No,
old they
it's
were.
in the wiki. It had prostitution in his charges.
Oh,
so.
because all they said, like when they were coming to investigate him, they said you introduced these girls to some men, and that's where so that made me think it was something else, but it was not at all clear what exactly happened.
Yeah, it's funny because like when Jake La Motta, the actual person, watched this movie, he was surprised. He later came to terms with it. And he's like, yeah, that's pretty accurate. But when he first saw it, he's like, this movie's bullshit. I wasn't that bad. Then he asked his wife Vicky. He's like, was it that bad? And she's like, it was worse, like way worse.
Oh, man.
And then he reflected on it, and he's like, yeah, I guess it was.
And then she did leave him though, right?
Yeah, he'd been married. He got married like 7 times.
Oh,
jeez.
So we only saw 2 of these people.
Yeah.
So was Vicky the second wife, or was she somewhere in the middle?
Second.
I think she was second. But,
Yep, she was second.
But yeah, there were 5 others. I mean, you get the sense of the one where he's on the nightclub scene with that other girl.
Oh, right.
The prostitute?
At the end there.
Yeah.
Was she a prostitute or just a stripper?
A stripper.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dancer. Okay, Denny.
Exotic dancer. please.
Exotic dancer.
A lady of the night?
Yeah. Oh.
No, I dance during the day sometimes too.
Oh.
Look, the sun was up, asshole. All right. Sorry.
But another thing about these types of true stories is a lot of these scenes have just weird tones. Like that scene was just weird, where he's like doing stand up in front of 10 people who don't like him, and then his like girlfriend stripper comes out and just starts doing like really spastic, crazy dancing. You're like, this is how life is, I guess. It doesn't need to make sense in a movie. Just a bunch of weird fucking idiots.
And that was when he was back in New York. Right?
Yeah.
He had left Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
When because then he sees Joey, right? And Joey still lives in New York. My brother, come on. Give me
that scene where he's like kissing him in the head. I kind of like that, but I was also kind of weirded out by it. I was like, who does that?
The Italians, you kidding me? Definitely do that.
Yeah, but that's I only get that from stereotypes from movies probably directed by Martin Scorsese.
No. So half of my family's Italian. I know this. They fucking love the kiss.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, all right, get off me, dude. Get off me. You smell a little bit. Come on, you just came out of prison.
The
Stop
cheek
hugging
kiss,
me.
that's a big thing in the Italian.
But like they're doing like neck kisses and like nuzzling each other. I'm like, get the fuck
it's
off
his
him.
brother. It's his brother.
I don't know. I don't understand
Go
it.
ahead.
I'm
Have
from
a
a
kiss.
very
Come on,
sexually
go ahead.
repressed, Irish Catholic family. So I
They
don't
were Catholic too, but these are family. That's what I love. Pastor says, you don't kiss your mouth on the mother. He's like, exactly. Why are you kissing my wife? I mean, I had a beef on that one too. I wouldn't want my brother kissing my girlfriend or my wife on the lips. That'd be weird.
That would be
That'd be
pretty strange.
Yeah, like I mean, it was funny. He's like, you couldn't go for the cheek. I mean, that's a valid question.
Yeah,
right? Like that was the one time where I'm like, he's not crazy right now. That's a valid question. I'm at the point now where like any girlfriend of a friend or anything, like I do like the waist away, like a 2-tap hug thing. You know what I mean? Like arm around, like tap on the back twice, maybe bap, off, away as far as possible. Nope, we barely touched. You get the point.
Stick your butts out. Make sure your groins are far away from each other.
It's like a 6th grade dance all over again, but like not quite, because I'm not involved. So I just like a quick wrap around, tap. All right, see ya. Have a good one.
Make sure to leave room for the
ya.
Holy Spirit or whatever the fuck they used to say.
All right, that's right. There you go, Denny. You get it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh. I thought the belly kissing scenes are pretty damn graphic.
Yeah.
I thought they were well past that at that point because they shot it from like her head, towards Jake there. And I was like, oh, they already went for it. And then I was like, oh, nope, he's just at the belly. Okay.
Yep. All right.
She's like, by the nipples. All right, we're getting halfway to the belly button. It's 2 minutes into this. All right, this is gonna
Get
be
the
a
ice
while.
water. Get the ice water. Cool it down.
If you were put into a sauna and had to jog without drinking water, how long would you last before you passed out?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
yeah, no time at all.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes. I can do 5 minutes.
I could do 5 minutes. Yeah.
I get 5. It'd be a stretch though.
You'd be uncomfortable
Might not
after
make it.
10 seconds.
Dude,
Maybe
I'm getting
3.
so
I'd
out
do
of
3.
shape. I don't even know what I could do at this point. I'm so out of shape.
You just
I'm
like
getting-
open
I'm
up the
gaining
sun door.
weight.
I'm done.
Yeah. I just took my skateboard home for the first time in God knows how long. I just leave it at work and I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow, and I never do it. And I just took the skateboard home and I literally took one push and my knee buckled down a little bit because my thigh couldn't fucking handle it. And I was
Oh,
like,
no.
oh man, this is not good. This is not good. I was like, Jesus Christ. Like I literally put my foot down like I used to do when I was a kid, threw it down, just jumped right on it. My thigh was like, nope. It's like, oh fuck. It's like, wow, I am
Not ideal.
so out of fucking shape. Yeah. So no, if 5 minutes in the sauna at the whatever steam room, I'd be falling apart.
Passing
after
out?
5. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. 5 minutes would be my limit.
John, did you not laugh at the part where De Niro calls Pesci to apologize to him? Pesci doesn't know who it is, and he goes,
Oh, and he's
yeah, your mother sucks big fucking elephant dicks.
How did you
No.
not? And I felt like De Niro. How did you not laugh at that right
I
now? You
know.
should be
I was laughing
laughing.
so hard when that happened.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was funny as hell.
I was just feeling uncomfortable, and it's like, oh, maybe he's actually gonna this maybe be the point where he actually turns things around a little because he's made up with his wife a bit, you know. And
Yeah, they seemed
maybe
better.
now we kind of see like a better. Oh no, or this is.
I didn't quite understand why he wasn't speaking though. It's weird. That was a weird.
I don't think he knew what
Like
to
for
say.
some-
he was never good with words.
Yeah,
or
I
just
guess.
still too
It's for someone who's
stubborn.
not afraid of anything.
Maybe,
Like-
but he also didn't want to admit he did something wrong. I
Oh,
don't
that's
know.
true. That's true. Because even when the wife was telling him, you could see in his face, he was like, I don't know. I think he did fuck you.
Yeah, I'm
You know?
pretty
I think
sure
he
I'm
still
right
had
here.
that in there. Yeah.
That scene
Yeah.
where Pesci was just like, dude, you're losing it. And he's like, do you fuck my wife? Like,
I
he's not
know.
even listening to him. That was,
No, he was losing it too.
yeah.
Poor bastard.
Somehow he recovered from that, though. It seemed like he had some kind of like brain disease or something
Yeah,
from all
or
the
like
punching, maybe.
he got hit enough where it like
Yeah.
slowed him down.
I don't know if he got dementia. He lived to be 95 though.
Yeah. Died in 2017.
No shit. A couple
Yeah.
years ago, huh? Wow.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. Still
That
a
was
classic
funny.
beer.
That was funny.
Fucking hate Pabst Blue
They
Ribbon.
had to put that in there, and I was like, really? Pabst? Jesus.
Oh,
Not my
yeah.
go-to.
Trendy.
Gotta say. Not my go-to.
But still, for a while, it was like it's still I don't know, trendy cheap beer. Like you can go
Well,
and get
yeah,
the
remember
big
all
cans
the
cheap,
Deep
right?
Ellum and those things.
Yeah,
They had
exactly,
They had the
yeah.
Nantucket.
I just
And
walked
then
by a
Model
place
had the
in
what's
downtown
it
San
called?
Francisco that was selling $3 PBRs, which is freaking amazing for downtown San Francisco.
San Francisco.
right.
Yeah, with a side of poop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only if it's a
Don't
nice
worry, we
day and they
got
have the
you.
windows open, TC.
We got
Oh
you.
man,
Don't you worry. We got the $3
The sun's
PBR
out and the poop
and-
steams are flowing.
Hey, you know what? The poop's only 50 cents today, guys. You still got to pay for it. I don't know what to tell you. You know?
It's not cheap. It's actually free, but please give me 50 cents.
But, you know, we need 50 cents. It's a cleanup fee. You know, you want to sit
Yeah.
here and drink, you got to clean up the shit, you know?
Yeah, it's not funny because it's true.
It's true.
They charge you for the shit.
For the
I'm
shit.
literally paying taxes on poop
For poop.
removal. Ugh,
Ah,
God damn it.
You wanted this.
Yeah, we're watching
Yeah.
movies from 1980s in New York when it was gross, and San Francisco streets are worse than this.
Yeah.
Easily.
Although New York is still gross.
Not nearly as gross as it was back in
Used
the
to be.
80s, right?
I have no intention of living there ever. So
Yeah, I don't either. Visited there a few times. I was there once when they had the trash strike. Remember that?
oh,
Remember hearing about
Oh
that?
my god.
And we got really
Oh,
drunk
yeah.
and we were younger, and one of my friends pushed another one of my friends into
Into
like a
the-
10-foot tall pile of trash.
Oh god.
It
Oh,
was
my God.
hilarious.
Oh, that's terrible. Your poor friend.
Yeah.
I think he deserved it. He was being a real asshole.
Wow.
So don't feel too bad for him.
Too bad.
Okay,
Nah, he
okay.
got himself into this predicament because
Still.
of being a prick.
Yeah.
Man, of all
That's
the things
funny.
he get pushed into.
He actually got us
Whoa,
stuck in an
seriously.
elevator on New Year's Eve because he was jumping up and down, making it bounce, and then kicked
he's
into
an
emergency.
asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he's
so we
an
were
ass-
like
yeah.
2.5 hours late because we were stuck in an elevator for 2.5 hours.
You
Oh my
fucking
God.
And then he was
prick,
making fun of
right?
us as we were walking down the street. So one of my friends just pushed him into a giant pile of trash.
Oh, that's
Nice.
funny.
How did he react?
He got out screaming, like, "Oh God! Oh no!"
Did he get covered in trash?
Yeah, he was covered in wet trash.
Oh, No, what did he do? Just
an
go back
old
to the
trash,
hotel?
right? I mean, this is trash that had been sitting out for a long time.
And been
Yeah.
pissed on,
Yeah.
and been shit on.
And Rat's probably
yeah.
going in and out of those piles. He's lucky to get stabbed with anything, really.
That's true.
True.
Yeah. But we
Yeah,
were in
yeah.
such a large group, and it was New York, so it's fucking disgusting. So we went to the New Year's party, and they didn't even say, like, dude, you're gross. They were
Nobody
just
said,
like, yep,
dude, that
come on in.
cologne you're wearing, it's not working for you.
Yeah, but you kind of smell like everywhere, so it's all
I guess
good.
so.
Yeah.
Oof.
If you were in San Francisco, you'd smell like poop.
Yeah. You don't want to get pushed in the 10-foot pile of poop. It's like the Triceratops scene,
Jeez.
with Ellie Sattler. Remember? Jeff Goldblum?
Oh, yeah.
He's hitting on her and there's poop. What are we
What are
talking
you
about? Raging
What?
Bull?
Yep.
Oh, right.
You guys have anything else in the movie itself?
Not that I can remember at the
I
moment.
know.
So this is one of the few times I wasn't able to get through all the special features because there were so many. There were 3 commentary tracks for this movie.
Holy shit.
There's a lot of cool information.
Which one'd you pick?
I picked the Scorsese one.
Oh, good.
And it was also the editor, the film editor.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they did
Who
like
were what were the other ones?
the other ones were actors, but not Robert De Niro. Like all the other actors pretty much. It had like John Turturro was in there, but Joe Pesci, the main girl.
Moriarty.
Have you guys ever seen her before? Kathy
Vicky?
Moriarty?
No.
Yeah, this was like her first movie. She was 17 and 18 when she filmed this, which is crazy.
Wow.
I don't recognize her.
She didn't
From
look that
anything.
young at that
No,
time.
she did
That's
not.
Funny. She
It
looked
was
like
just the
she was in her
makeup, I
20s.
think, maybe.
Maybe.
With like the weird high eyebrows.
Well, she was tall too, though.
She seemed tall. I don't think
Seemingly-
Robert De Niro or Joe
seemingly
Pesci are that
tall.
tall.
Yeah, it's true. Seemingly tall, maybe because they're so tiny.
But yeah, I watched that and I watched some making of stuff.
How was it to hear Marty talk about his work?
I like Marty. I think Marty's pretty cool. It's
Yeah,
not
he
like the
is.
best. He's not the best commentator. A lot of the stuff he talks about, it could just be me. I'm not personally interested in like how you finance a movie and like where
Oh,
people.
yeah.
He did a lot of the thing where he like talked about where people came from, and he was pretty selfish on this one because I think this is like a turning point in his life. So he talked a lot about what he was doing before this movie, like the drugs, and like he made New York with De Niro, and he wasn't feeling it, and he felt like he lost all motivation in life. This is speculation, but it sounded like the cocaine overdose thing was like, I don't know if you can call a lighthearted suicide attempt, but it seemed like he had no purpose in life, and he was just like destroying himself with drugs
Oh,
Oh.
man.
in the late 70s. So doing this movie was kind of a recovery for him. It didn't do great at the box office, but it did have a pretty big budget because of Rocky. Because they were like, maybe it'll be a huge
Hey, we want
success
one of
like
those.
Rocky.
Oh, right.
It's a boxing movie. What is this shit, Marty? This isn't
Yeah,
Rocky.
There were 5 other
Right.
boxing movies coming out this same year as Raging Bull, which is one of the
man.
reasons they wanted to do it in black and white to have it stand out. And the other reason was they knew it was going to be bloody and they didn't want to have to deal with all the color with the blood.
Mm, right.
So they're just like, let's just make it black and white. We'll make the blood black. It'll be easy and it will stand out. So done.
Wow. Easy.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, the time period, it seemed to work.
It did. And I think the black blood shooting out of the face was pretty effective. And if it was like bright red blood or something else, it could have been not as good. It could have been like
Too much.
cartoony or something.
Yeah.
There's only 9 minutes of fighting in this movie. That's
Wow.
surprising to either of you?
No, because I mean, it seemed like they just picked the good parts to put in.
Yeah, I mean, it was always kind of montage-ish about,
Yeah.
it's sort of like quick cuts. Like you didn't see much of the full scene.
Especially during the
Um,
actual montage where they skip over like 10 fights.
Yeah.
My favorite one was when the guy fucking fell down on his neck all through 4 or all 3 ropes.
Oh, yeah.
When
That
he
was,
probably like, dunk,
yeah.
dunk, dunk.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, that's great. That was fucking great. That must have hurt like hell.
Oh,
Or like when the Sugar Ray guy gets punched like through the turnstiles. Are the turnstiles the end posts or the ropes?
Is that what they call them?
I have no idea.
Turnstiles?
I just
don't
thought
know.
they were called the ropes.
What are the posts on the end called? Posts?
Posts?
Yeah.
You got the
You
ropes
your
and you got
posts,
the posts.
And you got the
You got
ropes.
your
And then you
ropes
got
and
the
your
ring.
post.
Actually,
And
you got the
rape
floor.
and
And
the
all
punch.
3 are the ring. That's how it
Yeah,
works.
yeah. That's it.
You got the ring, you got the punch, you got the
You got the
ropes,
foot.
Yeah.
You got the 2
post,
foots
You
per
just
person.
sound like Rocky's trainer.
you
That's
got
all
the
it is,
blood,
Jack.
you got
You got
the
the
ring,
ring.
you got the ring, and there you go.
I keep thinking, like, I wonder if, I don't know, in terms of the investment, if the studio was thinking they were going to get something like Rocky where it would be all inspirational, and instead they get a really dark film about a terrible person.
No, so the studio did know that they weren't going to get
Okay.
a Rocky in terms of mood.
Right, but
But
they
they
still thought it would be a hit.
Yes, so they got less of a budget because of it, but it was funded. It had like an $18 million budget, which is pretty big for back then. Most of it was spent on the fighting scenes with like the large crowds, which were all real. And they spent 10 weeks shooting the fighting scenes, even though it's only 9 minutes. which was like the majority of the shoot, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you one thing. There's no way that was ever shot at Madison Square Garden.
No, it was all in studios, sound stages and stuff.
Like not even
Big
close.
ones.
Like it didn't even remotely look large
No, it
in
did not.
comparison.
It looked like there was no stadium part of it, right?
It was just black.
I think they
and
tried
you
to
couldn't
obscure it with like the smoke, but
Oh.
you could still tell pretty easily.
Yeah, it was obvious that there wasn't any second balcony and second, third
Right.
tier balconies or anything.
And you could tell that just from that one like very long shot, the very Scorsese shot of him like in the backstage or whatever area and then coming out and the camera just following him through the crowd and up into the ring and like up into the air. You know that shot?
Yeah, not big enough. Not big enough.
Not big
background.
enough. Yeah. You guys notice each of the fight scenes had a different like style to it?
No.
They all
I think
did.
I did.
I did, yeah. I ended up reading it, I think, and then it's like, yeah, I read it and I looked back and went, yeah, I guess so.
Damn it, John.
So he didn't notice it then. He just
I guess this
remembered
is
it.
original and very good. Huh.
Yeah.
I guess it is.
I guess
Wouldn't
I'll
have
go
known.
on that one.
It's
Wouldn't have known
totally my
myself.
reaction to this thing. It is.
I mean, there was
I'm
one.
sorry.
There was one scene I mean, you can kind of tell when you're watching it, but it's all wavy. It looks like it's all like heat. All the shots look like they were in the desert kind of. And they filmed it on a long lens with a fire below where the camera was shooting. So like all the
smart.
light was being distorted for the entire scene.
It's kind of cool.
There was one fight scene that was filmed from outside the ring. The rest of them were filmed from inside the ring. One of them was like mostly point of view shots where like you were actually the fists where like the camera punched De Niro in the head a couple times, which they didn't do in other scenes. De Niro actually got punched in the face during those scenes, during those close-ups.
Really? Yikes.
Wow.
Scorsese was like, we go to Bob. He calls him Bob, and Bob calls him Marty.
Yeah.
If you're friends with
Of
these guys, you
course.
got Bob and Marty over here. But Marty was like, yeah, we go to Bob, and he's like, all right, we're going to punch you in the side of the head about 9 times on this side of the head. He's like, all right. What's the next shot? I got to prepare. Like, I want to look forward to something. He's like, we're going to do the same 9-shot thing, but to the left side of your head. And he's like, oh, fuck.
Fuck. Yeah, that sucks.
The scene where he's like kind of puffy in the face when he's bragging to Sugar, what's his name? Sugar Ray?
Sugar Ray.
That
Robinson.
90s band?
Or
I think that's who it was.
Yeah.
Sugar.
I don't know anything about boxing, but he's like, that's after he got punched in the face a bunch of times. So all the puffiness was pretty real. The blood and stuff was fake, but like the puffy eyes and the puffy mouth was all real.
Damn.
And he
that's
wanted all
when-
this.
That's crazy. Do you think they still do that in movies, or is there like a health risk and they just like try not to do shit like that? I feel like that's dangerous for the actors to.
Well, I mean, they have stunt people that do crazy shit. So maybe the stunt people do it.
No, that's true. And they're just like, fuck it. This is my gig. I'm just going to get hurt. Whatever.
Yeah. So I'm getting paid. I got a thick neck.
Yeah,
I'll
good
probably
point.
live until I'm 50. This will be good. All the fight scenes were storyboarded and they were like, perfectly taken from that.
Very cool.
So screw you, whoever that was that said that.
Yeah, the other guy,
storyboards
you
are
don't
dumb.
need storyboards. Fuck
Yeah,
you.
the guy for fucking
Yeah.
Die Hard. Yeah, storyboards never helped
Yeah.
anybody outdo anything. Yeah, okay, Die
Yeah,
Hard
sure.
guy.
All right, Bob. Yeah, that's why you're making Die Hard, and this guy's making.
McTiernan, what's his name?
Raging
John
Bull.
McTiernan. That's what his name was. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep talking shit on him for a while, if you guys don't mind. I actually have more
That's okay.
Don't
bad,
mind.
bad trivia
Enjoy
for John
Die Hard,
McTiernan.
though, but
Oh
still.
yeah, Die Hard, great movie. John McTiernan, big idiot.
Yeah.
That sums that one right up. There you
Yeah.
go.
DC noticed the speed of the camera. They did a lot of different slow motion
Mhm.
shots, and they would vary the frames per second for them. They would go like 36, 40, 90, 120, and they would film like upwards of 10 different film speeds per shot. And then he would see in the editing room what fit the best for the mood he was going for. Even though he has like a good idea, it's not like good enough where he knows exactly what he wants. I think a lot of directors
Well, no.
try to do that. But he has
Yeah.
like the means, or he had the means at least for this movie. I think he still probably does to like try a bunch of shit out. Because he knows, I guess that's not one of his strong points, is like being a visionary, I guess.
Right. Yeah, you got to kind of make it after the fact. and
Right.
Kind of,
Be like, see what's good, see what fits.
He's really an editor at heart. That's what it is.
They
Yeah.
A lot of people said that throughout all the
He's
making of.
not as much of a director, but more of an editor in
Yeah.
the sense of like
Uh-huh.
the story.
Right.
I'm sure he's a good director as far as like telling them how to do it or maybe what the tone is. But
Yeah.
yeah, he
And coming up
definitely
with
likes the
ideas
edit.
for what they could do
Right.
within the scene,
Yeah, and then let the actors do their job.
Right. So the 19 take thing wasn't actually for that other scene I was talking about. It was for the last shot of him doing the on the waterfront monologue and then
Oh.
shadow boxing. 19 takes for that. I'm the boss, I'm the boss, I'm the boss.
I'm the boss, I'm the boss, I'm the boss. I was doing that in my room after, like just laughing it out, like kind of drunk, like I'm the boss. I mean, it's not that. It was pretty funny. I mean, I have to say, I was watching. I was like, this is great. This is exactly what people do to hype themselves up. The dumbest shit.
You get the energy up.
Yeah, and he was so fat too. Watching him try to do it, it was just I liked that part.
Another one of the fight scenes towards the end when he was losing, I think, the third fight against Sugar Ray, the band from the 90s. They made the ring extra big to make him look small. So they built like an extra large ring.
Oh, okay.
And he actually used what do you call it? A cut log or something from Psycho during the shower scene, which is, some people consider that one of the best edited scenes in movie history. And he used like a cut for cut guide from that movie for him getting punched by God. Someone tell me it's real. That I don't want to keep saying Sugar Ray from band from the 90s.
I'm thinking Sugar Ray.
It was Sugar Ray Leonard. That was
Sugar Ray Leonard. Oh, okay, that was pretty close. That whole scene was like cut for cut and timing wise the same as the shower scene from Psycho.
I knew it.
You knew it. You picked up on it.
No,
absolutely not.
I mean,
even
I wouldn't have noticed. No,
Right.
It's kind of like how when when people are like, well, how do you write a song?
He wasn't still on coke at that point?
He might have been.
Seems like
You guys see him in this movie? He was in this movie.
He was?
He was.
You know who I loved that was in this movie? Was Coach from Cheers.
Was he?
Yeah, what's his name?
Oh, really?
He was the boss.
Craig T. Nelson?
Oh, cool. I didn't know that was him.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Look it up.
He was the boss
I
of what?
recognize him. He's the mob boss. His child is the coach from Cheers. The bartender coach.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is that Craig T. Nelson or am I thinking of somebody else?
No, you're thinking of Coach for the
you're thinking about Coach the show. I'm talking about Cheers, the coach in Cheers.
Oh, I never. Yes. Is that not the same coach? I figured they got Fraser Crane in Cheers and then also his own show. Maybe they got
Coach was some other.
It's an interesting hypothesis.
Not a spinoff.
But no, it's completely wrong.
No.
Coach Cheers.
No, you're wrong. You're way off.
Oh, come on, guys. Come on.
He was the old bartender in Cheers when before Woody came along.
Oh, the guy with the thick glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Raging Bull, you're saying.
In Raging Bull, yeah. Nicholas
Yeah.
Colasanto.
Yeah. It wasn't until he took the glasses off that I was like, oh shit, that's Coach from Cheers.
Huh.
And because I didn't recognize him with the glasses on at all. It was only when he took them off and he looked at him and he was giving him like a pep talk before the fight. And I was like, oh shit, that's him. It was just funny to see all these actors in there that but where was Scorsese?
He was. John, did you see him? Probably not. He's really hard to see. You can actually see his face, but it's very short. It's during the very last shot where he's doing the monologue from on the waterfront. He's the guy who comes in and goes 5 more minutes.
Oh, really?
And if you go you can see his chest kind of because he's kind of on the corner. But when he's turning around, his face comes into the screen for like a half a second. The shot where they follow him down, like the really long take before he walks into the stadium, there was a Steadicam operator walking behind him, and then that Steadicam operator as he's walking and moving, they timed it out so when they get to the ring, they attach him to a crane and they lift him up into the air.
Oh, wow.
Which you can see because the camera falls right behind him, and then as it gets to the ring, it goes up in the air. So that's kind of cool.
That is pretty cool.
You have to try to do that smoothly so you're not juggle.
Yeah, you're just like the last second of it's just jerk, and you're like, oh shit, you fucked it up, dude.
Yeah.
That's something else.
Yeah, probably really delicate, fast connection people waiting there to strap them in.
Waiting. Just click, go. Yep.
There was a shot. There were a couple shots where this happened, but the shot he was talking about it, and it was where De Niro just knocked somebody down, and he was kind of doing the thing where you jump around the edge of the ring, sort of, and the shot goes from normal speed to slow motion back to normal speed, and a warp kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff was done in camera. They would have somebody manually cranking the camera and doing that to get the effect.
Wow.
Which is kind of nuts because nowadays you can just do that in the editing room. Super easy.
That seems like pretty specialized equipment even then. Nobody was manually cranking the camera back then, right? So
was there a slow motion hand crank camera? How the fuck do you get that? Who buys that camera?
Know. Yeah.
No idea.
Marty does.
Marty does.
Yeah.
My boy Marty's wicked smart.
If you guys were to guess whether or not there was improv or no improv dialogue in this movie, what would you guess?
Improv.
Yeah, I would guess improv too.
You'd both be correct.
Okay.
There was a lot of improv, and for some reason, he'd never said why. For at least the fighting scenes, they only shot with one camera because Marty didn't want anybody else, like the studio, to come in and try to edit it differently. He wanted just the shot that he wanted for the fighting scenes, so they used one camera, so there'd be no option. You'd have to use those. And that might have bled into the other dramatic scenes. He didn't specify, but they did film the other scenes with one camera. So a lot of it was very hard to edit because they would ad-lib and fucking improvise, and they would like it, but then you couldn't make it work.
You couldn't cut
other
it
things
to anything else.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times where you'd have like one person freaking out and the camera staying on them as they're not even talking, that wasn't so much of like an editorial well, I mean, it is in the end, but it wasn't like on purpose. It was because they wanted that take, and that was the only thing they had.
Oh, like when they would go mute almost, and you'd see them lip something and nothing came?
Well, no, like if you have like Robert
times.
De Niro, like you have Joe Pesci facing away from the camera in the foreground, and you have Robert De Niro in the background, and like Robert De Niro is yelling, and then he stops, and then Joe Pesci starts talking, like you can't even see his mouth, you just see Robert De Niro's face. I mean, normally you'd cut the camera and show Joe Pesci's face. when he's talking.
Yeah, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
But
they
it just
let
like
it ride.
They let it ride because they wanted that take because it was so good.
Huh.
There were a couple ones. I don't know if it was I don't know what it was, to be honest. But there was moments where like there would be just lip movement, no audio.
I noticed that too. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah.
They just let it go because they liked the length of the take or something. Who knows?
And most people don't pay attention to that sort of shit. Or even if you do pay attention, you're like, whatever.
Yeah, I moved right on.
Sure.
Yeah.
Didn't care. Yeah.
It's weird. Like, where's the line for that sort of thing?
I don't know.
Usually it's like how invested I am in a movie. If
Yeah,
I'm super
fuck, you hate
invested,
the
I'm like,
movie, you're
whatever.
this fucking movie sucks, and they don't know how to edit.
They can't even
Fuck
sync the
you.
lips. What the hell is this?
Wow, he couldn't even put the audio in, could you, pal? You know, that kind of shit.
One of the scenes that was the most improv was when he was hammering at the belt to get the jewels out in his wife's house.
Oh.
Like
Yeah,
waking
that
the
was
kids
so
up.
dumb.
Yeah, but so when the dishes fell out, that wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh,
Like, you
played
can't even
that
put
one
the
off.
dishes in
You
here.
can't even put the dish, and it cut. And I was like, oh, Jesus, here we go. And she played it off well,
She played
too.
it off perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both stayed in character. It's awesome.
Yeah.
They were probably, they were used to it because they were improvising all the time, but yeah, that still was a pretty cool
Couldn't
shot.
even put the dishes. I mean, I love
I
that
laughed at that.
reaction was
Yeah.
priceless because it was like he did everything that she asked him not to do.
Yeah, he's like, I'm
Which
just going to
was,
come in for a second. I'm
Be
just going to
quiet,
hammer
come
on
in
your
for a
stupid...
second, and yeah.
But I also kind of agree with him. It's like, you're trying to have a fancy house. You balance your dishes precariously. I can't even hammer my shit on the countertop over here.
Right. Like, yeah, the fault is with you,
Yeah.
not stacking
How am I
the
supposed
dish.
to be a crazy man
It's-
over here if you're just
how am I
balancing the
supposed-
dishes like a weird person? The making of to research the movie, De Niro and the writer, who were the first kind of people that started working on it, because Marty was not interested in this movie for a while, for 6 years, but De Niro wanted to start writing it to like get it going. Him and the writer of the initial script, there were 3 different script writers, and then there was during the shoot, different script writer, and Marty is uncredited, but he had a lot of input on it. Robert De Niro and the first screenwriter watched every single boxing movie ever made
Oh my gosh.
before making this movie.
Well, there might not have been a ton of.
There's not
at
a
that point, were
ton,
there?
but there's a decent amount
Yeah.
in like the history of movies, you know?
Wow.
When they went through and they made notes in all the fighting scenes, and they picked out what they liked and what they didn't like, and how they could make every single thing they liked better than the movie they were watching it in.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is a real collaborative effort here.
It is.
It's interesting. I mean,
That's cool. It's like, it's nice when you hear that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know that De Niro also like actually boxed like for this and actually won some.
He won 2
bouts.
of the 3 bouts, like actual ranked
Yeah.
bouts in New York when he was training for this. So some people say he could have been an actual, I don't think he would have been like a champion, but like
He could have been a contender.
He could have been a
Right.
contender.
He could have
that.
been one.
But he decided to go with the, not getting punched in
Take
the head,
that,
being a
Charlie.
movie star, being a millionaire route instead.
Right. Smart route.
Yeah, very smart.
route.
Who's got a better, longer career than De Niro?
Oof. What is he doing these days? It doesn't seem
He's
like
gonna be in
doing
The
anything
Irishman.
particular.
Pesci's in the next Scorsese, right?
Yeah, and so is
Oh,
De
yeah.
Niro, the Irishman.
There you go.
Oh, the Irish. Okay.
Hey, we're not doing Italian this time, guys.
Nah.
The
we're
Irishmen,
doing
are
Irish.
they still alcoholics who beat their wives because we'll
Might
still
be.
be on
Hey,
track?
Sounds
Nick, you
Irish.
trying to fuck my wife? Hey, Nick, how do you do an Irish accent?
Hey, Tommy. Hey, Tommy.
Nick, you're fucking my
Hey,
wife.
Tommy. You're fucking my wife. Yeah, fucking motherfucker.
We can make fun of Irish people because I'm Irish.
Hey,
Okay, good.
I make fun of all people. It's all good.
Okay, that I have to edit you sometimes, but I'm gonna make fun of Irish
Well,
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better be editing
You
me.
better be doing that.
Plus, also by the time they watched all the boxing movies, they thought before they started doing that would be enough, but they were still pretty motivated before then. So they had this book and they went around and started actually talking to the people that were in the book themselves, and that's how they got. So the book didn't have any of this like how mean he was, stuff like it would talk about the scenes, but the attitude of the character was something that wasn't in the book. Apparently the book wasn't very well written, even according to De Niro. He just liked some of the stories that were in it. But the attitude of his character came from him talking to everybody. And that's why I think the real guy was like shocked when he watched it, because he's like, this has never been written down anywhere. Where are you getting all of this? It's like, your family and friends, dude, they all fucking hate you.
Yeah. No one likes you, dude.
Yeah, you're a real psycho. You didn't know that?
Yep. And your jokes suck. So
I don't. Wow. Think about what they did, what De Niro did for this. I mean, I don't know.
A lot of work.
Yeah.
Take that, Daniel Day-Lewis. Jeez.
Take that.
I'm not just getting fat, but I'm boxing.
Yeah. Daniel Day-Lewis hasn't even got fat for a movie yet. Jeez.
Yeah.
How is he supposed to be a good actor?
No, it's weird, right? Like when you think about like how we all go to work, right? Like you go to work and it's just like, you know, your personality is almost kind of like incidental sometimes, right? Like it's the work. Like,
you just have to be nice and like kind of work well with others sometimes.
And you're right. And that's about all you have to do, and you can maintain the job, right?
Yeah.
But like when you're an actor, like you need a whole lifestyle change for 6 months. And then you need a whole lifestyle change again for another 6 months. And then it never ends. Like,
and then plus the days you're on camera, you're front and center. They're filming you. You have to like do it right, you know?
Right. I mean, it's pretty, I mean, it is impressive when you start to boil it down to those kind of terms, right? These big actors.
Well, the good ones.
Yeah, the good ones.
Because like the bad ones, you're just like, how are you doing
they're
this?
just day players getting it done on TV, you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, it is something else when you hear these stories and just how much, I guess, just focus on the role is the job.
And some people do it right, and some people do it wrong. Like this,
really wrong. Yeah,
I think like Brie Larson in freaking Room did it wrong. She learned how to become a mother by pretending to be a mother.
That was really bad.
All right.
You don't want to talk about Brie Larson anymore?
Not really.
Oh, John, are you in a bad mood, John? Do you need you want me to send you a postcard or something? Do you need some, maybe a bag of gummy bears or something?
Send me a postcard from Poop Town.
From Poop Town, USA.
Hey, from Poop Town, USA. Have yourself the shit.
We got fresh fish and poop on the streets.
Hope your day is the shit.
Yeah, our economy is second in the world, and we're covered in shit. All right.
Yeah. All right. Hope you feel better.
What a weird place. So the Joey character was an amalgamation of two brothers that this main guy had, but they kind of mushed them together because it's way easier to write for one brother than for two.
That's true.
So they just did that, which fine.
I guess one was nice and one was angry. Does that seem to be how Pesci's sort of moods were?
I think it was mostly one of them. So it was his character was mostly one of them. He was like the actual trainer and things like that. But the other one had certain scenes in it that the other character didn't have. So like it was more of a pick one of the guys and then combine the actual events between the two sort of thing, if that makes sense.
Right. It makes sense.
Yeah. That's basically like all I got for trivia there, guys.
Well,
I mean, those were good. Those were good little trivias. I mean, that's it is a hell of a movie with
I think I'm going to buy this movie.
Production value.
There's 2 more commentary tracks. I would watch it again. I loved it. This is one of the movies when as soon as the credits were rolling, I was like, holy shit, how have I never seen this before?
Dude, me too. So I texted my brother 30 minutes in, I'm like, I don't know if you ever actually watched Raging Bull, but it's really good. And then at the end, I was like, okay, must see. Everything's like 3 words.
Easy.
Okay, must
watch
see.
it,
Go
rent
watch.
It.
Do it now. Blah, blah, yeah,
it's probably only $3.99 on Amazon. Do it right now.
No, it's on Prime Video. It's
it is?
Yeah, it's on Prime Video. Oh, yeah. Did you buy it or what'd you do?
I rent it from Netflix, the physical version, so I can get the commentaries and stuff.
Commentaries.
Yeah.
So it's on Prime Video if you want to watch it again. So
I do.
That's where I watched it.
Nice. I also want to watch the other 2 commentaries too to hear about. I bet the other actors have shit to say about De Niro. I wonder how
probably
method he was. I mean, he went method. He went fat. So who knows how angry he was.
Did he get abusive to everybody too? Who knows?
And there actually was one story they said when the scene where Robert De Niro was pulling Joe Pesci through his house after he accused him of sleeping with his wife, and that's a very serious scene, right?
Yeah.
And they said after that take, everyone was laughing.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Why?
Because I think they were just having fun, pulling each other through the house or something.
Yeah.
But
all
weird.
the actors were laughing.
All the actors were laughing, yeah.
Okay. I think when you said everyone, I'm like, the crew is fucking in their hands on their legs laughing?
Yeah.
What's funny about this? They're shooting a scene of but I can see
horrible
it maybe
domestic
as the
abuse.
actors. Yeah, right. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's just weird to think about that. It's they're not necessarily having a miserable time. This movie seems like it's a bunch of characters that hate each other. but are
Right.
like forced to be together for, whatever reason. I don't even know why they stay together. Obligation, sexual attraction, that type of stuff. Typical for
Who knows?
people who stay together. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, John, first question to you, because we're going to go negative. Would you put this in the top 250?
Nope.
Nope. Oh.
Nope. Not mine.
Wow,
He's
I
in
didn't
today.
know. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Kidding?
I'm going to go yes.
I know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
How many more Scorseses do we have, John? Are you
We have
counting?
we have. I'm not. But we have Goodfellas for sure. I don't know what else we got.
Taxi
Get
Driver.
the papers. Get the papers.
Oh, Taxi Driver. 2 more.
2 more. Is that it? Is that all he's got?
I mean,
I've
for
already
John's
been
sake,
through-
it better be because he's mattied out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I got a little Barty fatigue here.
He's got matty fatigue.
Next week, guys.
What do we got?
I don't know what this is.
Is it a happy
What
one?
is
I don't
it?
know.
You
I'm
don't even
excited
know.
because I doubt any of us have ever seen this before.
Sounds awful.
Could be. 1997. Children
Okay.
of Heaven. Directed by
No idea.
Mahidi, I think. After a boy loses his sister's pair of shoes, he goes on a series of adventures in order to find them. When he can't, he tries a new way to, quote, win a new pair.
Okay.
Okay, let's just watch this one. I don't know what to say.
I
Okay.
don't know what that's going to be like. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll be fascinating.
I'm excited. I like these ones.
Okay,
This might
that's
be
cool.
one of those
yeah,
pleasant
this is something we
surprises.
don't know, and we're all in it. So that's cool.
Nice.
We'll have to figure it out.
You guys
Cool.
have anything else before
No.
we go? No. Thank you
Nope.
for listening, everyone. Go to our website, mission250filmcast.com. Please rate and subscribe on your favorite podcast app and like and whatever, follow on Twitter. And damn it, I can never get through this. Twitter and Facebook, we're on there.
Good enough.
So close to doing
Oh,
it, guys.
yeah.
I got like 80% of the way through it, and then I just...
It's all right.
Yeah,
It's
you
all
know,
right.
every time, there's so many of them.
Whenever
It's
I get to
okay.
the Facebook and the Twitter, I don't really know how the social media thing works because I never really use it on my own personal life. So
Right.
I stumble
know.
there. I always
I'm
forget
here,
which
I
ones
hear you.
like and which ones subscribe and which ones follow and all that
And
shit.
I don't know. All
Hey.
that stuff. Because we're
It's
so
all right.
old.
It's all right.
We are old. Some of the
Yeah.
I have some younger friends who are on the Instagram. I don't even know what the
Oh,
fuck
I'm
that
not on
thing
the
is.
Instagram. Are you
have
kidding
stories
me,
and they
dude?
disappear. Why do
Dude,
they
it's so
disappear?
funny too because you meet people and they're like, "What's your Instagram?" I'm like, what? Like,
I don't have.
I might as
one.
well have a rotary phone when I get the look back. Yeah, I don't know. Like, oh, you don't have an Instagram? That's odd. Or like even on the dating apps, when girls like, "What's your Instagram?" I'm like, I'm not, and they're like, "That's weird. You don't have one." It's like, what? Because they want to stalk you to see if you're normal.
Yeah.
So it's like, since you don't have one, you might be a psycho. It's like, wait, that's ridiculous.
That's the way it goes.
Anyways, that's usually when I unmatch.
Yes. Not before throwing some random insults their direction.
No, I've learned that the hard way many times. That never works.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
glad to know you tried it at least. Give it a shot.
Yeah, no, you're just an asshole at that point, which, it's 90% of my day. So
Yeah.
I try to,
My prediction next week is me and TC are going to hit it and John's going to love it. All right. See you
All
guys
right, good
next
prediction.
Fair
week.
enough.
Everybody, gay. See you later.
All right, later.
Oh, wait, Timmy.
Timmy was
Hi,
here.
John.
Timmy was
You
already
had
here.
to talk.
Wake
and
up,
Danny
John. I've
started
been here the
talking.
whole time.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you thought of the movie.
No, it's fucking great. I don't know about you, bro. I'm a fighter.
Hit the head too
Good
many
night.
times.
Yeah, definitely. All right, boys.
See you guys.
Stop